Man, I gotta tell you, we're starting off this year spectacularly. We have a video bottlenecked. We have a small skeleton crew. It's like we're the Star Trek Enterprise, and we started off with like a whole fleet. Half of us got teleported down to a planet and died. Other half got possessed by alien slugs, and now it's just us. So we're bringing back wasting time with the Timewasters. And how do you do that but start off by looking back at what we've done, or what me and you've done, and where we gonna go. So people, this is the Wasting Time with the Timewasters year 2018 start. I am Trey D. Price, your most immaculate host, king of the Star Waves. And joining me is Mr. Kyle Carnier, aka the most Fueto. Damn, I fucked it up.
Man,
Fuego.
you ruined this entire open. You went on this
Fuego.
Weird ass tangent that made no sense.
It did make sense.
What up, everybody? We back. We talking 2017. I'm gonna take this over. We are in fact bringing Wasting Time with the Timewasters back. I don't know what the fuck Trey was doing. I mean,
that was an amazing. That was a personal, amazing conversational opening. Fuck you. I don't like it when you do that.
You went with like a weird soft opening, but it was just kind of a ramble.
It wasn't a ramble. It wasn't until I messed up Fuego. I was gonna call you the Fuego Bandana, but anyway.
The Fuego Bandana.
What we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about, because I only watched movies last year. I don't know about you, but that's all. Since I've been, in school, I've been doing a lot of movie stuff where I wanted to create movies. So I've been watching movies, studying movies. So all I went to was the movies, either by myself or with other people, like a lonely ass nigga. So what about you? What you got to the table? Because I got worst and best movies.
Trey's got worst and best movies. I added my worst and best movies because we're going to talk movies. Also added some video games to this list, and then a few other fun little just Timewasters tidbits. But just summarizing it, we're doing top 3, worst 3, a few categories. We're hitting 2017. We're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. This is sad because 2018 was going to be our year, and we are not off to a great start. The young hiatus is still people sleeping, but Trey and I are here, and we're going to take you on a beautiful little ride through 2017. So let's get it going. Trey, what do you want to do? You want to get the bad news out of the way first? Do you want to get that good news going?
Vegetables before my dessert. So yes, Kyle, I want to talk about my worst 3 films. Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Then I'm gonna start off with the top, the one that came out first. I think, because I can't even remember. It was so bad. How do y'all still keep giving Michael Bay money? Can we talk about this?
It works.
How, Kyle? Like, everybody knows it is an accepted thing right now that the Transformers films are hot, top shelf garbage.
Why do they keep making so much money, though?
Because I honestly don't know. People, I want to tell you about Transformers The Last Night. We're going to talk about this movie because I think it is probably one of the worst not trying ass movies ever. And before you go, Trey, then why did you watch it? One, I was out with my friends. I was going to pay for this movie because my boy Waddell want to watch Transformer movie, even if it's bad. And he's been indulging me watching the movies that I want to watch, even though they're good. So I wanted to, indulge him, be like, all right, let's go watch a movie you want to watch for once. And so it was me, him, Shaquise, and this girl, Nikki, right? And then Nikki out of nowhere says, hey, I got this. And I was like, what you mean you got this? I got this. And then she up and paid for all of our tickets with like a gift card shit. So I was like, okay. Well, now I feel less bad about watching this shitty movie because it's, it's paid for.
I'm upset you came up with a long, convoluted story just to cover the fact that you got a hard-on for robots.
One, yes, I do. Don't. And that's the thing. I feel like because these movies are so fucking popular and they will never leave Michael Bay's hands, we will never get a good live-action Transformers. Because I love the Transformers. I do get a stiffy whenever I hear Peter Cullen's voice. That's true. That's very true. But we will never get that in a good context because they're so damn popular. And this is This movie was not trying. It didn't even follow any of its previous lore. Not that they all do, but this one didn't have like an iota of caring about what the other film did. It broke movie tenets. It introduced the character and it killed him off in a very poetic scene 2 seconds in. As if I'm supposed to care about who this robot is that if there was some kind of sequel, you would forget about anyway. And they messed up Hot Rod. They made him Italian and put him in for 2 seconds, and Kyle, I don't know.
I didn't watch it. I saw the trailer, saw that 3-headed dragon thing flying over a castle, and was like, nope. And that is the story of how I did not see Transformers.
Just that hot warning sign. Nah, I'm not Trey. This is not.
I watched what was the one with the first one with Mark Wahlberg and the dinosaurs and all that shit. That was
the Age of Extinction, I believe.
All right, so that's the last Transformers I have watched and will watch. So that's where I'm.
That's smart. That's at the end of that movie. Optimus Prime, whole movie going through like horrible stuff, right? Going through all types of stuff, even stuff where he's like in the air on a ship, and the threat is like the ship is going to get destroyed, and it's going to fall to the earth. Okay, that's very good, like stake. It's like, oh my god, they're going to die. Good stuff. Then at the very end of the film, Optimus Prime just gets boot jets and flies away. Like, wait a minute, hold up, bitch. Last 5 seconds of the film, you can't just fly away. Where that been the whole entire? Where was that? There was 17 points where you could have used them jet boots, and you just gonna come out and okay, all right. Michael Bay.
No, just fried. Transformers trash. Michael Bay is an overrated director, but he keeps making money. What is it? The rumor he has 14 other scripts in the works for Transformers or stories put together. This is not a franchise that's going to die. This is something that's going to happen forever. When we do our 2020 year in review, we'll have a couple other movies to talk about, so that'll be great.
Trey will be older, out of college. And about Transformers, the butt crackening. I swear to God. You're right.
Transformers is trash.
Let me move on to my next one then. The Mummy.
Also did not watch that one because I hate Tom Cruise.
Whoa, what? You hate Tom Cruise?
No, we can talk about that. You do your synopsis. I'll talk about it.
I'll do my synopsis. So Universal wants to get into the universe game. I mean, seems kind of fitting, right? And they wanted to do that by doing a rebranching of their Universal monsters. So we're talking Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and of course, the Mummy. And the whole wrap-up, but the lead-up, all of the marketing and stuff targets the Mummy as, this is going to be that new scary movie for 2017, the start of the dark universe. And it turns out to be some generic Avengers superhero horror wannabe, like a clash of those when it doesn't even need to be. Like, it wants to join the popular kids club of Marvel, DC, and whatever Universal, set of movies that we have out there, but doesn't do what makes it special, what makes it stand apart, which is that old classic horror. And that's why it comes out on my list, because it wanted to shoot out so far, and it falls so fucking short. And I actually like Tom Cruise. I mean, he was phoning it in. He was definitely phoning it in the role of generic action hero number 17. Alternate Brendan Fraser. But I mean, I don't know.
All right, so you mentioned Brendan Fraser, right? Is Tom Cruise Brendan Fraser?
No, this isn't like a...
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't watch that movie.
Okay. All right.
I've seen 3 Mummies, and they are varying degrees of good. I don't need to see the 4th one that doesn't have the only reason the other 3 were all right. That's where I stand on the Mummy. I miss Brendan Fraser. Come back, man.
No, Brendan Fraser, stay where you are. Don't do it. Don't listen to this man. You stay in retirement. Has Brendan Fraser done anything lately?
No.
No, right? Yeah, no. Let him stay where he's at. He's doing
fine.
Fraser.
You know what? Who would be a great Nathan Drake if they did Uncharted?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
Okay. Moving on to my next film. I'm not entertaining that ridiculousness. The Dark Tower.
Oh yeah, that was a sad chain of events there.
It really was, and I think this movie was plagued. This movie is a movie that they knew was just bad from the start. Like the whole team behind it knew it was bad. It's one of those, we're gonna try to sneak this out and shove it under the rug. There was only like 2 trailers, I think, and all the TV spots are just recycling of those trailers. So there was no marketing for this thing at all. And then when you go see it, you realize it's just a paint by numbers urban fantasy film. There's nothing about like what makes the books like. This is Stephen King's magnum opus, right? You know what that fucking means?
It was one of his best series of all times.
One of his best. One of his
Did you
best.
ever read the books, Trey?
I did not, because they long as fuck.
Trey doesn't read, so we'll do that. I dabbled in them. I never actually finished the series.
Mm-hmm.
I read them back in high school, but they're very good. Idris Elba was so poorly used in this movie. Yes. Matthew McConaughey can never be a villain because he's Matthew McConaughey. And that's where I stand on that.
I actually will disagree, because I think there is some points where Matthew McConaughey was a very like villainous villain, but just like you said with Idris Elba, he was underused. Like they were both underused, and they're like the top billing of this film. Then you got the little kid that just, I mean, he looked creepy, but he never like recovers from looking creepy. He's never like a believable, like, you never want to put yourself in his situation. He's not a main character that you want to follow. This movie was just, even like, especially compared to another Stephen King film that came out like 2 seconds later, which just blew everybody out the doggone water, and will definitely be in my honorable mentions. This fell hell short. Again, falling short of the mark of what you can be is the little definition of my last 2 worst choices for movies in 2017, because this could have been an amazing epic fantasy. This could have been awesome, you know, and instead it's all kiss kiss, no bang bang, you know.
That was a horrible whatever the hell that was.
Fuck you.
But you better use your segue of things that just fell flat. I'll go into, I only have 2 worst movies because I actually enjoyed a lot of movies this year. Mm-hmm. Also, movies that looked bad I didn't go see. So good for you for actually going and watching them. But I don't support the box office of shit movies. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna add. That'll be for best movie. That'll be good. That's fun. All right, whatever. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Not Return of the Jedi. That's a great movie. Last Jedi. It was It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. But because the hype built around it was so monumentally extreme, it has to go in my worst movies of 2017. It did not live up to it. It didn't even come close to living up to it. It was cornball. It was goofy. It had good parts, but the good parts didn't outweigh the bad parts. And that's how I feel about Star Wars. I mean, it had good scenes. It had some fun stuff. Mark Hamill was weird. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. I don't want to go into spoilers because some people still haven't seen it. I'm not going to be that guy. This is one of those movies that I don't want to jump into. But half the movie was unnecessary. It could have been half the length, and it could have been awesome. But it wasn't. The hype was too much. Trailers were too much. That's how I feel about it. It fell short because it fell short. That's what I have to say. Now, an actual movie that was just trash, that I don't know why I went and saw, but I went and saw it because I have a soft spot. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Oh.
That was one of the worst movies I've ever sat through in my entire life. I don't know why I keep going to see them. They keep making them. They love making them. Johnny Depp is mailing them in at this point.
Yes.
Those movies are so bad. Keira Knightley was in it for all of, 5 seconds, which was 5 seconds too much. She was at the end.
Remember. Okay, see, I didn't watch the end. I haven't finished it.
It's such a horrible, horrible movie, and I cannot believe that this is the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean. They keep making them. They're not good. But they keep making money.
So I'll tell you about it.
It's absurd.
This isn't the last one you'll see. They're coming out with another one. But apparently it's like the next one is the part 2 to this one.
Yeah.
As the final film. Yeah.
And I'm going to go see it because I'm an idiot.
So wait, you just talked about me giving to the bad box office? Fuck you.
Hypocrite. Yeah, I'm a sucker for shitty pirates, dog. I don't know.
You getting Sea of Thieves?
I don't know. I might. We'll see. But it's just those are just
man.
One movie that wasn't necessarily bad, but it fell flat, and another movie that was just atrocious.
Yeah.
A lot of other movies I actually really enjoyed. I can't remember a lot of other movies I saw that were bad. There are a few that are going to be on Trey's best list that I don't think should be there, but
Okay.
that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that.
You
But
know what? Before before you wrap up, I do want to say that I don't agree with you putting it on your list, but I do agree with a lot of the points you made about The Last Jedi. Like the corniness, I really wasn't feeling it as well. But there are some spectacular moments that probably should save it from being on, like that scene. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm a mind link with you, so I don't spoil it for nobody. But that beautifully artistic scene, right?
the cinematography was phenomenal in this movie. But I don't watch a Star Wars movie for beautiful cinematography.
And that's probably part of the problem, because you should.
I'm not a Star Wars guy.
You should.
Like, people might think I am. I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Not even being a Star Wars guy, though, but like going there for that experience. There are some moments in that movie that are like experience.
Okay, but like, this is gonna get really weird because we're gonna have this conversation without doing any spoilers, but we're gonna know what each other's talking about.
Really hard.
So that silent scene that you're talking about, that was gorgeous. That was amazing, and it was completely canceled out by Milkbeard. So that's just where I'm at. So even if all the goods equaled all the bads, that equals a net zero, and that's not enough for a Star Wars.
Equals a net zero. I can't argue, because I didn't, like, everybody else came out of the movie and I like, I'm so excited, that was the most fun, and I was like, yeah, no,
it's exactly, I was like, that was exactly it.
I liked watching it. I'll probably watch it again sometime in the future, but nah, that was cool. Like, when we get to my best, this is gonna be why,
best Star Wars out right now. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie out right now.
I'd also put that as a
Nah, see, I love that one, but that's not important.
Yeah, not important. We're not doing a Star Wars review show.
But
so you have one more worst?
No, I only had those two.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another movie I saw that I didn't like, but none of them are really clicking. So,
all right.
Good.
So we want to move on to the dessert then.
Yeah, let's get going with our best movies. I'm going to throw one out there first.
Do it.
That I actually saw just last week.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed it. And the reason I'm putting it in my best of 2017 isn't necessarily because it's one of the best movies of 2017, but because of what it means for the future, and that is Bright. The Netflix original starring Will Smith. It is changing the game. Preach. It is a great, great movie. Preach. And because it's on Netflix and it is a full movie with a huge budget, it completely changes the scope of the cinema. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you're going to see it has like an 18% from critics. Don't listen to them. It has an 89% from audience. Critics don't like this movie because it didn't go to the movie theater and they can't control the box office with it. It's on Netflix. You already own it if you have Netflix. Watch this movie. It is amazing.
I will have to agree wholeheartedly. Bright is, and it would have definitely gone to my honorable mentions. It is a very good, like what I said about The Dark Tower. It's a great urban fantasy. It has a message that it's trying to get across, and it doesn't hit you over the head with that message. It's a very obvious message, yes, but it doesn't like throw it down your throat. It uses it to propel the storyline, and it's a very good buddy cop film. Me and Shkeese actually went back and looked at a lot of buddy cop films, from the slow to the really exciting, and I think Bright actually goes in there as one of my top. Will Smith and Joel Edgerton just makes like a really good like team to play off of each other, especially Will Smith doing something I haven't seen him do in a long time, which is kind of play the heel. That's not something that
He is classic Will Smith in this movie.
He is,
like,
but he is a
throwback.
Kind of unlikable Will Smith, I think. Like, I think he's kind of a bit of a jerk, and I'm not really seeing Will Smith do that. Like, I'm not. Right. Well, maybe with Hitchcock, maybe a little bit. But there's not even really much redemption so far as it's just another day on the job. And I really like that. And it's already got a sequel that hopefully won't run into too much trouble because it lost its writer. I believe that Max Landis was the writer on it, so hopefully it doesn't lose, too much of what made it great. And it's still able to go, do better with the sequel than it did with the first one. But yeah, I definitely agree with this.
All right. Next, Marvel Can Do No Wrong.
Ooh. Say
They
it. Say it
just
for my baby. Go ahead.
it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna clump all the movies they made this year, which would be what? Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Uh-huh.
I
And
think that's all that
Spider-Man
came out.
Homecoming.
And Spider-Man Homecoming all came out this year. They can't do no wrong.
They
They
can't.
continue to make movies that I love. They're at the top of my list. I will go every time day one in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
They are amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Thor Ragnarok are pretty much the same movie, and it doesn't even matter because they are both amazing.
Preach.
Spider-Man was an
Oh.
awesome throwback to what Spider-Man should have been
Oh
from
my
the
God.
beginning. Michael Keaton was amazing. I forgot his fucking name. Tom Holland is a
He
great
was a
little
great
bastard.
Spider-Man. Wonderful.
It honestly could have been Iron Man 4. That's my only gripe with Spider-Man.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they're just awesome movies. Marvel, keep doing you. That's all I got to say. There it is.
I just want to be like that black grandmother in the back of the church where her baby is just up there doing the damn thing. Yes, Kyle. Yes, Lord. Look at Jesus work through him. Look at Jesus work through him. Because you
They're
are
just so
not
good.
wrong. You are
They're
not
just so
wrong.
good.
Especially watching something like Justice League and they still don't have their shit together. Justice League is another meh movie. So watching Marvel just keep raking up this goodness where they're fixing problems. They're introducing characters in an interesting way, changing their dynamics while also keeping them the same. And I'm talking about Spider-Man. And doing with the sequel, which I didn't like. Okay, I like the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I do. I just don't like it to the hype of everybody else. But I do love Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think they did a lot more with the characters there than they did to enamor them to me. Than I did with the first one. So yeah, no, Marvel doing it big, and I love it. And Kyle, we are 1 month away from Black Panther, from where I can wear my dashiki and my lion skin in the theater. And then we got Infinity War. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, can we talk about how the Infinity War trailer was the fourth best Marvel film of 2017?
Both of them. The leaked one and the official one. Yes. Yes, sir.
And then my final top movie of 2017 is the sequel to one of my favorite series of all time, a beautiful little hidden treasure called Kingsman. Kingsman, The Golden Circle, was not as good as Kingsman 1. But it was better than 99% of other movies that came out this year. So that doesn't really matter. It is a great movie. It's fun. The action is amazing. They are still the king of no-cut fight scenes, which just fill my heart with so much joy. And it's a great, great, great movie. It doesn't hold the same place in my heart that Kingsman 1 did, but that's because Kingsman 1 was a hidden gem. No one expected it to be nearly as good as it was. We all went in there just kind of like, oh, it's a spy movie. Let's see what happens. And it was amazing. This one had some hype going. It didn't necessarily live up to the hype, but still a great movie. Great writing, great story, great action, great movie.
I honestly have nothing more to add to that. It is really good. Really good use of... I think one of the things that bothered me for that movie, and it's the nature of the beast of what we do, is that I do read a lot of news sites. So a lot of news sites like to spoil a lot of things beforehand. So I think one of the big twists of that movie is the fact that Galahad is still alive. I can't think of his name right now. But the fact that he's still alive since he got shot point blank in the head in Kingsman. But of course that was revealed through casting, set video, stuff like that. So it's already, it kind of loses that magic when you go into the theater. But still, a great movie. Everything Kyle said, ×2.
Boom, boom. So what do you got, Trey? What did you like last year?
I'm going to go ahead and start off from what I first saw to what I last saw. And 2017 started off right in my book with Get Out. I didn't want to get out of that movie theater. My God, Jordan Peele, you just coming out on the screen and doing it like this, son? Is that how you want to do it? I got to talk to this man like a brother, like Pimp. You want to do it like this? This man came out and did the horror, science fiction-y, that Twilight Zone, and did it better than M. Night Shyamalan wish he ever could. You know what I mean? Get Out is such a masterstroke that we used it in one of our classes here. I used it in a paper. So, this, wow, top-notch stuff. Can't get more of it. There's already Jordan Peele already working on, other films. of this ilk. Maybe I can't wait to see what he's coming out with. Next film, doing it big for the superhero genre. Like look, Kyle said it. Marvel out there doing their best, right? But Marvel still got that formula. That's the one thing that will always set Marvel, that will keep Marvel in its place as good but not fantastic, is that formula. You can't really do much around that. Logan, however, is like, yo, fuck the formula. Like Deadpool did like last year or the year before, I can't even remember. Kicked the formula in the face, said, nah, we out here. Logan did the same. And it's a wonderful way for Hugh Jackman to like leave the Wolverine role. Amazing swan song film. Amazing Western film. Amazing superhero film. Breaking genres, breaking doors. They're even talking about doing a sequel with the X-23 character. So the main female lead in the movie, if you guys don't know, is based off of comic book character X-23. How they gonna do the solo film, I don't know, but it is making me look forward to it. Then for my last one, look, man, a lot of these film movies you go to and you just see them and it's like, why am I even watching movies anymore? Nobody's trying, nobody's doing anything innovative. Edgar Wright is like, hold up, pause. Let me go and try to do an entire musical without being a musical. Let me give you style. Let me give you grace. And that's Baby Driver. Because, my God, the acting, the music, the cues. If you are a budding cinematographer, go watch this film. Because it is everything on how to be creative with a movie. And that's my best. Because these films did it. They out here. My gosh.
I'll play with your best for... Okay, so I did not actually seek it out. It's still on my list of things I need to watch. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure. But Logan was amazing. It was so different than any other superhero movie we've seen to this date. I took Hannah to it, and we went, and I was like, it's Logan, it's Wolverine, it's a superhero movie. Let's go. We go watch it. At the end, I look over, she's crying. We leave the theater, and she's like, I fucking hate you. We're not like, she's so upset with me. It is not what you expect a superhero movie to be, but it's just so good, but so emotionally draining. It is not a feel-good superhero movie.
It's not at all.
And then to Baby Driver, one of the most beautiful films to come out this year.
Yes, sir.
Beautifully shot, beautiful music.
Yes, sir.
Horrible, horrible heist movie. Its story is not good. It has some really weird things going on in it. Just Jamie Foxx is weird.
Jamie Foxx is glorious.
I totally am blanking on his name, but the little kid diddler is also super weird.
Ansel Elgort.
No, the
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Doc.
about.
I can't remember his name. He's in House of Cards.
Oh, no, John Hamm.
No.
In House of Cards? Yeah.
That is not who we're...
Okay, if you're talking about the main character, the actor is Ansel Elgort.
I'm not talking about him. You're not helping me here.
The other dude that is beside Jamie Foxx, like at the end where they're doing the heist or whatever.
The dude who got in a bunch of trouble for harassing people. Kevin Spacey. You stupid piece of shit.
Oh, I was thinking of Mad Men. Fuck. Yeah, stupid. Okay.
We need a fucking producer who could fact check this shit so I don't have to do it myself and I'm arguing with Trey. He was also weird. Like, the acting was strange, but it worked. It was a good movie, but once you got past how beautiful it was eh. The story was eh. The heist was eh.
I like the heist. I like the style. And it's all about the style. That's pretty much it. Like, it's all about the style. That's the purpose of that film. Once
Baby gets out of a car, the movie immediately gets worse. When Baby's in the car, the movie's at its best.
When Baby is with his like stepfather or his like adopted father and shit like that, like those scenes are beautiful.
Those scenes are really.
Those scenes are beautiful.
I really like those scenes.
The waitress chick, those are nice, small, slow.
I fell flat on her. I wasn't a huge fan of her. Moral story: Baby Driver's a great movie. I'm gonna recommend it. Everyone should go see Baby Driver.
Do it.
It's just not on my top 3.
Okay.
That's all.
That's fair. All. No, that's fair. I appreciate that.
All right, Trey. You got. I already did my top 3, dummy.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay.
First.
Oh.
Man, just once, I'd love to do a show where everyone.
us on the same page. Not happening. Welcome to the Timewasters. It's in the name, baby. It's in the name. I fell asleep.
Oh man, it's interesting. You fell asleep as you talked through. All right.
I want you to understand. I can go on autopilot.
I want you to know that Trey just put together his best movies. So now we're going to take a slight little turn into my personal best and worst video games of the year.
Okay.
Trey, jump on it and talk about it as we go. I'm going to start with worst because it's kind of obvious. If you know anything about me, I'm going to start big. The Xbox X is stupid. It's a waste of money. Now, that being said, the Switch is stupid and it's a waste of money. Both consoles came out this year. Both of them are dumb. The Xbox X is an unnecessary, super powerful console. That's the gist of it. It's really expensive, and it doesn't really do anything that an Xbox One doesn't do. It might do a few things better, but it doesn't do anything that an Xbox One doesn't do. So that's the moral of the story. 4K is awesome. Go buy yourself a $1,200 4K monitor to go with your $500 console. Blah, blah, blah. Now, to the real thing. I think Nintendo's dumb. Every time I say that, 90% of Timewasters gets upset with me, and 100% of fans get upset with me. Nintendo is a weird company that does weird things that my adult brain cannot wrap my head around. I had a Game Boy. I had an NES. I had an N64. I loved them all. Something happened when I turned like 20. Nintendo doesn't make sense to me anymore. The Wii U was dumb. It had a console and a tablet, which seems weird. Now the Switch, they just slammed those two things together. And then it's just stupid. Nintendo, give me a good practical console that I can plug into my TV, none of the extra bells and whistles, and play Zelda and Mario and shit like that. I don't need the separate bit of taking it on a train when I travel. I've seen Chris do it all the time. He pulls it out in the middle of like family gatherings, and it's fucking weird. It's allowing adults to remain kids and escape social situations. And because of that, Nintendo, fuck off.
I don't agree with half the stuff you said. I'm part of that 90%. I am the one who knocks. They're giving you that console that you can just plug in. You don't have to do the extra 90% of what the Switch does.
But I don't want to pay for the extra 90%.
It's a beautiful console. They just get the Wii U, then, motherfucker. I don't know. Like that's.
Oh, the Wii U's dumb too. The Wii was dumb too because it had motion control. What? Give me an N64 Plus. I'll take that stupid weird controller too. I don't give a shit.
I'm not gonna lie. At the rate that they're going with releasing these mini NESs and SNESs, you might get like a mini 64 or some shit with games already preloaded in it. I could see it.
That'd be awesome. I'd be all on board with that. Take me back to the golden days when Nintendo didn't have its head shoved so far up its own ass that it didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Lord of mercy. Okay. I feel I'm gonna add on to what you say and just go Microsoft as a whole. Didn't bring a lot to the table because where Nintendo released the Switch, they at least released games for the Switch to make it a console that you want to buy and play those games. The Xbox One X is a console that they released with no games, and half the people already have most of Microsoft's library of exclusives. So why would you want to buy a One X when like you said, it's an expensive console that you have to go buy an expensive monitor in order to get like the full experience of this expensive shit. So I don't really know what's going on in Microsoft's head, and I hope they fix that in 2018.
Microsoft, let me talk to you real quick. Forza is not an exclusive. Stop trying to sell me Forza. Forza is a great racing game. Forza's fun. You cannot give me a console. Look at this beautiful car game. That's not a game. All right? I'm sure there are fans out there that justify what you do, but from one person who has been an Xbox supporter since day one, for the love of God, stop pushing Forza as an exclusive. Thank you. All right, so that's my rant to Microsoft and Nintendo. I feel like a weight has been lifted.
I feel that. All right. Okay. Go on to your next.
One of my favorite series of all time. The most anticipated game for the last 2 years, at least. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, Lord.
You broken, horribly written waste of my time. Since that game has come out, I have yet to beat it, whereas I've beaten Mass Effect 2 and 3 2 more additional times. The game is so just... I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the magic. Mass Effect is such a fun series, and the universe they built is amazing. And they left that universe to go to another universe where they could do anything they wanted, and they just didn't. And it kills me. It makes me sad. And I don't have a lot to say about it except for the fact I was looking so forward to it, and it let me down so much that's all I have. It's sad.
That is definitely sad. I haven't played it. I can't say anything about it. It looked beautiful, but then I saw that it didn't. Them character models was not looking up to par with nothing current gen. So yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
Now, this one I have kind of a question mark because it was definitely on my worst 3, but now it's kind of not. And that is For Honor. For Honor is a game that we all kind of at Timewasters bought pretty early, and we jumped in and we played and we enjoyed, and then we did everything you could do in it, and we stopped playing it because of we played it for like 3 weeks, and then we were done with it. Because of that, it didn't have the longevity. I put it in my bottom. Now we started playing it again, and fuck if that game isn't just fun.
The magic came back.
So all I have to say about For Honor is, all right, I guess. I don't really know. It's a good game. If you haven't played it, you should play it because at this point in time, they've added enough characters, enough game modes that it's kind of worth it. I still think it's stupid that half the characters are put behind a $20 season pass paywall, but I mean, whatever. They are adding new maps. The whole war system's really fun. Loot's fun. It's a fun game. It's very technical and it's different. But if you bought it day one, yeah, no, it kind of sucked. And if you kept playing it since day one, Godspeed. If you put it down like we did, pick it up again. The magic might be back.
It might be.
And those are my worst 3 video game related things of 2017. Move on to my best. Start with Shadow of War. Was this game as good as Shadow of Mordor? No, but God, those games are just fun. It's fun. This one has some controversy with loot boxes. Loot boxes in and of themselves are controversial. I get it. I understand. It's still super fun to single-handedly slaughter armies of orcs. Enslaving them kind of puts you in a weird place, and I can understand that. But at the same time, it's a fun game you can lose yourself in for a very long time. Even if you don't like Lord of the Rings, and you just like a good hack and slash game. God, it's almost like I do this. I don't know. It is just fun. It's a good time. It's different. It has good mechanics. It's a good time.
I wish I had played it. I didn't get to play it because I was playing through Shadow of Mordor. But yeah, it looked good.
It is. It's good. I mean, I beat it, except I didn't get like the true ending. That's grinding that I don't even have in me. So maybe Monolith do a little better with that. Like, I get you want to keep the longevity of your games going, but I'm not going to do the same thing for 40 hours.
Okay, so Arkham Knight did that same thing where there's like an ending, but then they have like the true ending where you have to beat every single story mission or every single side mission and all that shit. And I'm like, nah, bitch.
Yeah, I'm not going to defend my fortresses another 10 times.
Yeah, nah.
Where the army continually gets stronger and I have to grind and this, that, and the other. I'm not doing that.
That's what YouTube is
now.
for.
I picked this game up right after Christmas, so I've only played it for about 2 weeks. But the return of Assassin's Creed. You took a year off, you came back, you are a completely different game, and you are beautiful, and I'm in love with you again. As I have played this game, I have not had a single technical issue. I have had nothing but fun. So far, the story is amazing. It's different. Egypt is beautiful. You guys did a great job like you do building worlds. And, maybe take a year off every time if you're going to continue making these games, because that extra year allowed you to actually make a really good game, not just a cookie cutter paint by numbers, cut and paste bullshit like you've done the last... Assassin's Creed's been out for, like 8 years now?
Mm-hmm.
So I like this as much as I liked Assassin's Creed 2. It is just fun. Now, I can understand people saying this is not an Assassin's Creed game, and I get it. Assassinations are different. It's definitely more of an action RPG, which is my preferred genre, so maybe that's why I love it. But it's a great game. Give Assassin's Creed another shot. I know Ubisoft is a trash company, but they did a good job right here. So, by all means, just do it. I can't say game of the year.
Ooh,
I haven't played enough games to say game of the year.
Boy. I was
Game
like,
of the year
calm
2018
down.
because we ain't beating that stupid fucking Switch. So,
Wow.
there we go.
Wow. Assassin's Creed Origins is one of those is on my list for games I'm going to buy this year because a brother ran out of money and could not buy Assassin's Creed Origins last year.
I took full advantage of those Christmas sales. You totally fucked up.
I bought other things so that we could do stuff like this. Shut your mouth. But yeah, so no, I'm glad to hear that it's a good Assassin. I like Syndicate. I like the last game before they took a break, and I kind of felt like that was a game where if I had not played 17 other Assassin's Creeds that were either good or bad or fucking trash, I would have enjoyed it better. So taking this break away from Assassin's Creed could probably do something for a guy like me who actually does enjoy some of the series.
I actually enjoyed Syndicate as well, but this is just, it's so different than any other Assassin's Creed, and it's so much fun, and the story so far is really good. I mean, I haven't beaten it, so I can only speak so much, but right now, I'm just really loving it. It has made me fall back in love with Assassin's Creed. There you go.
All right, well, that's our best and our worst. Kyle, do you want to talk about like what you're looking forward to next year? You want to just give like a small list of stuff that that you hope is good, so that when we do 2018 or 2019's show, and we look back at 2018, like, okay, I look forward to that, but that was, eesh.
I have a couple things for 2017 still. One, these are both just tops, personal tops, really fun. I have to throw them out there if we're going to do a reminiscing and all that nonsense.
Okay.
First one is Fight Night record. Kyle won 2017, and that's important because that means Trey lost 2017. So everyone fill his inbox with horrible, horrible mean messages because he's trash at video games.
Why do I do this to myself?
I was really tempted earlier today to go through all of the videos and actually pull the record, but all I know is that there is a win-loss ratio of about 10-1 in Naruto. We were pretty close to even in Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, we only did that for like two series.
Yeah, we did 2 of those.
We'll call that a draw. Titanfall definitely better than Trey.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 definitely better than Trey.
Okay, well, I was getting
and I guess we did For Honor. Nope.
Yeah,
we did For Honor after the New Year, so that didn't count. So that goes into 2018, where we will start the record with Trey ahead, because he was actually better than me at For Honor. So good for you, Trey. Start the year off strong. We'll see how it ends.
I've never hated somebody so much in my life.
This is important. For the people who follow Timewasters, the dedicated few, this is the information they need in their lives.
No, I refuse.
And then I have to put it in or I'll get in trouble with my wife. I got married this year. So congrats
big ups.
me and myself. There you go. Those are my best personal things of 2017. Things I'm looking forward to in 2018. We'll start with video games. Anthem. Give me Anthem. I know they pushed it to the end of the year. It might not even come out in 2018. But that stupid E3 trailer gave me such a throbber that I don't even know what to do with myself.
Oh, Kyle, I'm going to tell you to just hold your expectations, my friend.
Oh, no. My soul's going to be crushed, but I'm just going to put it all in there. I'm also looking forward to, say, like Far Cry 5.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm looking forward to maybe Microsoft actually making an exclusive game.
Oh, again,
maybe.
It's just, put your heart out there.
We'll see. Maybe they'll pull Scalebound out because that game actually looked really good. And then you guys we'll see. Just give me something that I can be like, I bought an Xbox. Look what I have.
Yep. And I'm gonna see a unicorn next year. That is definitely gonna happen.
Movies, the obvious. Give me Marvel. Give me Black Panther. Give me Infinity War.
Let's get it.
Let Iron Man die. This is gonna be amazing. And personally, Fight Night may be dead. It's now Trey and Kyle versus the world, but let the record show that I'm still the best video gamer in Timewasters. Wow. I need to play more against Chris to prove myself.
You do.
But last year showed that I'm better than Trey, and I can take that to the bank, and that's what matters. So what about you, buddy?
Trey wasn't even competing. Fuck you. I'm a lazy man.
It was called Fight Night, Trey. That was competing. That was the whole gist of the show.
Now that I say these words. But no, man, I am looking forward to it. And as far as video games, that hopefully I will have a chance to play. Maybe my summer I'll actually play some games instead of trying to do other things. Spider-Man, definitely looking forward to that. That looks great, and you know I'm a doggone fiend for me a webhead. As far as any other video games, I can't honestly think of any. Like my mind is running mad blank. Cause I know Kingdom Hearts 3 ain't coming out next year.
Yeah, that's such a lie.
Let's see here. So I don't know. I don't know if that 7 remake is coming out next year. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go defer to movies and just piggyback off of yours because we already said it earlier. I'm going to Black Panther with my dashiki and my lime skin fur draped over my shoulders. I'm gonna have 2 chicks throwing rose petals in front of my way so that whenever I walk, I'm walking on rose petals. Infinity War, give me that Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet punching the fuck out of everybody. I love it, and I can't wait to see more of it. I look at that trailer every now and again. But I can't wait to see what other new like directors hop out on the scene. I can't wait to see what people do innovatively with movies in the next year. I've been watching a lot of short films, so hopefully I'll be able to see some, really interesting short films, see what the up and comers, maybe be able to put out some of my own. I don't know. Maybe. That's but yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. As far as last year, I got high, so that was cool. That was awesome.
So dumb.
I got high for the first time ever. That shit was vainglorious the first time. The second time was I puked outside of a car. So
May 2018 be just as bright for you, buddy. We are the Timewasters.
Yes,
This
we
has
are.
been our beautiful 2017 year in review. Hopefully the rest of our team comes back from MagFest. We can actually get some beautiful production for you. We are planning to do a lot of really cool things in 2018, so definitely stay posted. Like us on Twitch, like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube. We're coming at you strong. We're going to release all kinds of new content, new things. We're bringing podcasts back, baby.
Yeah,
Wasting
we
time
are.
with Time Wasters. This is number 1. I am Kyle. Dude across the screen from me, the big lovable goofball who sucks at video games, the one and only Trady Price. Any closing remarks, my guy?
Nah,
what you
man,
got?
follow us on all the stuff. He already said it. We out. Oh, email us at if people still email. I throw it out here just in case. Timewasters07@gmail.com. TIMEWSTERZ07@gmail.com. All right, that's it.
All right, you good? You good?
Okay,
All right.
yeah, we're good. All right.
Peace, people.
Peace.
Happy New Year.